OlayomiK Media is offering free tickets to football fans in London to watch the Petrol's Kano Cup holding on the 30th of September 2018. Venue, the Hype Stadium, London. To get your free ticket, you can contact +447 594 050 979 or visit www.koikimedia.com. You can also send your email, name and address. OlayomiK Media, committed to bringing the world to your doorstep. OlayomiK Media is offering free tickets to football fans in London to watch the Petrol's Kano Cup holding on the 30th of September 2018. Venue, the Hype Stadium, London. To get your free ticket, you can contact +447 594 050 979 or visit www.koikimedia.com. You can also send your email, name and address. OlayomiK Media, committed to bringing the world to your doorstep. OlayomiK Media is offering free tickets to football fans in London to watch the Petrol's Kano Cup holding on the 30th of September 2018. Venue, the Hype Stadium, London. To get your free ticket, you can contact +447 594 050 979 or visit www.koikimedia.com. You can also send your email, name and address. OlayomiK Media, committed to bringing the world to your doorstep. OlayomiK Media is offering free tickets to football fans in London to watch the Petrol's Kano Cup holding on the 30th of September 2018. Venue, the Hype Stadium, London. To get your free ticket, you can contact +447 594 050 979 or visit www.koikimedia.com. You can also send your email, name and address.
Of security men to prevent PDP members from exercising their franchise and support of the party. In Osogbo local government, where you had a small semblance of, of sanity, the method that they employed there, because that one fell within the heart of the city, of the capital, was to mobilize voters who were clutching PVC cards of other polling units to come there to vote. About 10 of them were apprehended, handed over to the police, but what did we see? The police only cautioned them and told them, to go home and sin no more, and then a lot of others who were holding PVCs that did not belong to Unit 17 in Ward 5 were allowed to cast their vote. The PDP agent who raised this observation was shouted down, and they instructed him to move far away from the polling point. By the time the polling was going on, there were sporadic gunshots. About 3 journalists were brutally attacked by thugs in the full glare of the whole world. Now, this is not an election. There is nowhere you hold an election of this nature and you make a return that will be validly acceptable. The whole world has seen that in Osun, what happened yesterday was robbery. What happened yesterday was a charade. All right,
I need to establish if you can hear me, so we can proceed.
Test of integrity.
Can you hear me?
At the end of all this charade, all they could come up with was that the
Mr. Salam, can you hear me?
400 and something votes ahead of the PDP. This cannot stand, and it will not stand.
I hope you can hear me. Can you?
Yes, I can hear you now.
All right, so we'll try as much as possible to let it go back and forth so the people can follow the conversation. Now, let me take you back to when you said that they stopped persons, party members, PDP specifically, from going ahead to vote. Now, there are questions concerning that. How do you think they were able to determine and target members of the PDP and stop them from proceeding to go and cast their votes?
Very good question, Chamberlain. Now, don't forget that the communities where most of the communities where this election, was holding are rural communities. And days before then, we made several, press releases. We addressed press conference to say that members of our political party were being harassed and intimidated in this community. They all know themselves. They know houses where you have the PDP chairman in the ward, in the rural local government. The chairman of the PDP in that ward was abducted at 5 a.m. of the day. And then they also adopted one method, which Nigerians, must be aware of. In Orolu local government, the APC came up with a method of giving white handkerchiefs to people who are supporters of their party. And in collaboration with INEC officials and security agencies, anyone that is holding that white handkerchief was easily identified as somebody who will vote for the APC. In Ife South, it was a special cap that was designed with the logo of the state government. If you look at the queue on Ife South, you will see that cap on the heads of so many people. Some of them were holding the cap in their hand. We had a photograph, we had the screenshots of those. But like I said, they are rural communities where people know the political allegiance of virtually everyone. And these talks just made sure that they stationed themselves right on the front door and on the streets of people who they know were. Now, some of these people were met by the European Union observer team that came to Orolu, was taken to a particular house where PDP members were holed up after being chased out of the polling unit, and they spoke to them, they interviewed them. We have that on record, we have that on camera, and they told the European Union team what happened, how they were attacked by thugs, how they for help from the security men, and security men refused to come to their aid, and they had to run away. The European Union team looked at their PVCs to confirm that they were indeed genuine voters who could not go back to the polling unit because they have been threatened that they will be killed. That exactly is what happened.
Now, concerning what you said about in consultation or in cahoots with security agencies, again, I need to ask you, how did you come to that conclusion?
Well, it's obvious, Chamberlain. The role of the security agency in any election, or in any case, not only in election, is to provide safety for law-abiding citizens. So, if you are a law-abiding citizen and you are going to perform your civic obligation, and then people who are taking the law into their own hands, who are clutching dangerous weapons, attack you, and security agents were around the place, and all they could do was to look the other way. I mean, what other conclusion do you come to? It is very obvious, and I'm not the one only saying this. I have a report by the IAGA here. The IAGA is an African initiative that monitors election. Let me just read a part of this report. IAGA said APC agents and party representatives identify supporters of the People's Democratic Party to political thugs who attacked and beat them up in the presence of security agents. This is just one paragraph out of a 16-paragraph report by the IAGA, which is already online. The CDD, which is another notable observer group, released its report yesterday, signed by one Hidayat Hassan. It's already online and it's everywhere, where the same thing, was said about the compromised role of the security agencies. The US, the EU, and the UK observer team that also addressed a press conference yesterday made a reference to the same. So it's not the PDP that is saying this. It is the fact that was palpable on the streets of Orolu, Ife North, Ife South, and Osogbo local government, and everybody observed it. The media observed it. Everyone observed it.
Now, you also did say that you had video of when some people who could not vote, your party members, talked to the EU, and then they were able to ascertain that they were indeed genuine voters and couldn't go ahead and vote. That video you say you have directly. In this case, concerning the police, do you or your party agents have any material directly from them and not maybe from a third party, such that you could evidently say that you reported the matter to the police and they looked the other way, as you say?
Chamberlain, I'm speaking about what happened in several places simultaneously at the same time. If we do not know about that, don't we know that journalists were arrested and kept in detention by the police, that observer teams were prevented? In fact, the team that was going to Olode was told by the detachment of the police, and unless we don't believe the report that was aired live on television, on Silverbird television, was told directly that they were only required or needed at the collation center, and they had no business being at the polling unit. So these are things that happen simultaneously in different locations, and many of these people that were affected approached the most senior, police officers at the location, who told them they could not do they could not do anything. And in some cases, in fact, it was very obvious that there was complicity. The lawyer, whom we had a video of a man who's gone viral now, who's a legal practitioner, who was beaten up at Olayomi